If you want to know how to make the most tastiest tiger nut milk drink that will last for as long as you want without going bad at all, whether it's for personal or commercial usage, you seriously need to know these three massive techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you today that you incorporate from start to finish. Guys, these techniques are what people might charge you before revealing the secret, but lovelies, I'm going to be sharing every single thing you need to know on this video. After watching this my recipe, I guarantee you enjoy making tiger nut drinks and they will last for a very long period of time. Our first ingredient, which is also the key ingredient in this recipe, is our tiger nuts. They actually have two variants of tiger nut, the dried one and the fresh one. In here is the fresh tiger nut. Personally, I love making use of these fresh ones because it is sweeter and so easy for me to work with. That is my personal experience, because anytime I'm making use of this particular one, I don't need to soak anything. What I just have to do is to pick the stones, wash thoroughly and blend. So what you're seeing in here is 4 deciliters of tiger nuts. I had already separated the stones, the dirt, and I had washed this thoroughly until the water was clear. Please make sure that you wash very well. And like I said earlier, you do not need to soak this. Just wash and wash and wash until everything is very, very neat, and you set that aside. The second ingredient is coconut. In here I have 4 pieces of coconuts that had already cracked and washed thoroughly. If you notice, I've been trying to mention the exact quantity of each ingredient that I use because this recipe gave me 9 liters of tiger nut milk. So you can either decrease or reduce the quantity if you want to make yours. Understand that measurement plays a very huge role in making this drink. The third ingredient is the date, and I have 1 deciliter of washed date that have been pre-soaked for about 4 to 6 hours. That is why you can see they are looking very, very soft. The reason for pre-soaking the date is to enable me to deseed easily, and it also helps the blending process very, very smooth and easier. My last ingredient will be the bananas. I have 4 slightly ripe bananas in here. As you can see, they are not overripe. I have my reason for choosing this. And guys, I do not think my tiger nut milk will ever be complete without bananas, cause this is actually what thickens the drink and also add as a potent aphrodisiac as well. The next step is to show you how to dice your coconut into tiny bits, deseed the date, so everything will be very easier for you to blend. I know some people do add ginger in their tiger nut milk drink, but trust me, I don't like the flavors of gingers in anything milk drink that I make at home, so I usually skip, okay? But feel free to incorporate that if you so wish. And if you be using ginger, this is also a good time for you to scrape off the back and dice into smaller pieces. Another reason why I don't add ginger to my milk drinks is because of people's preferences as well, especially when I'll be making in large quantity that I won't consume alone and will have to extend to family and friends. Sincerely speaking, not everybody loves the overpowering taste of gingers, especially in milk drinks. If you're making things like smoothies, I think it will be a different ballgame altogether. Personally, gingers have overpowering taste, so if you'll be making for commercial use, I would advise you have the ones that have ginger and you have the ones that doesn't have ginger milk. Can you see how it is very easier for me to deseed the dates because they have been well pre-soaked and soft? That is why it is very easier. If not, this might be very, very difficult for you to deseed. So I will just use my finger to run through, or I can use my knife to just open it and remove the seeds. So the next stage is the blending process. Please make sure that you have a strong blender for this. If you do not have a strong blender or you are going into commercial production of tiger nut milk, please, I would advise you visit the local grinders near you to grind this into a smoother paste. If you're still watching this video up to this stage, it means that you've been enjoying every single method so far, and I feel like this is the best time for me to reintroduce myself. My name is Kelsey, and on this channel we are all about DIYs, lifestyle, recipes, kitchen hacks, anything that will help you in your home. And trust me, you are gonna love it here. So if this is your first time of stumbling on my video, thank you so much for clicking, and please do not leave without clicking on the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. That is the only way for you to encourage me. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. So let's continue. The blending time is here, and I'll be making use of cold sachet water. As you can see, I just had to make sure that I put enough water that will make the blending process very easier for me. I am making use of sachet water because I do not trust my tap water, and like I said, From the start to finish of making tiger nut milk, make sure that you embrace absolute hygiene, because you don't want anyone to taste and experience any bad health issues. There are some people that after tasting tiger nuts, they will start having diarrhea. Most times it could be germ contamination with the water you're using, or the dirt in your hand or your kitchen, or whatever you're using to make this milk. If you do not have sachet water, you can use bottled water. If you do not have bottled water and you trust your tap water, you can use it. Or if you do not have any of these, you can also boil your water, allow it to cool down, and use it for the blending process. Do you know why I'm using very cold water for the blending? It is because tiger nut goes bad very quickly, so I do not want to give chances at all. I don't think it will be very safe for you to make tiger nut milk when you do not have ice cubes or very cold water, because that's the first step to preserving this drink into going bad quickly. I'm sorry if you notice that the video is a bit shaky once I start blending. The reason is that I made use of generator to blend this and it wasn't funny. The current was not high at all, so please pardon me on that. I blended batch by batch until everything is ready, and look at what we have here. So I'm just going to transfer into my bigger pot and start the sieving process. My first stage of sieving is to make use of this big colander, because this will help me a great deal when I start using my cheesecloth. As you can see, I added some ice cubes to make sure that this remains very cold until I finish. Please, that ice cubes is very important in preserving this until you are done sieving and straining out all the entire milk. So I'm done with the first stage of sieving out. So the second stage is to use my cheesecloth to make sure that everything is well strained, and I just added in some ice cubes, and this process will begin. If you want to use this as business, use the same method like I've been showing you. Get some plastic bottles, get some labels. You can get plastic bottles of like 100 ml, 200, 250, 500, 1 liter, depending on the demand of people you'll be selling to. Then make sure you get a very good label. Then get a chest freezer. Chest freezer is what we call deep freezers in Nigeria, to make sure that you store it properly. If you'll be supplying this drink to supermarket, please make sure that you register with NAFDAC. It is not actually very difficult to register with NAFDAC. Just go to any of their offices near you and make inquiries. If you do not have the capacity to supply to supermarkets and big malls yet, just make these, store in your chest freezers and sell. What you have to do, whether you're supplying to supermarkets or you be selling from home, go to the market where they sell cake items. They actually sell food grade preservative. That is what it is called. I wouldn't want to start mentioning names because I wouldn't know the available ones they will have in your area. Just go to them and tell them that you'll be making tiger nut drinks. It works very well for tiger nuts, zobo drinks, and whatever milkshakes or fruit juice that you'll be making. They will give you food grade preservatives and they will tell you how to use. And trust me, this is going to stay in your freezer for as long as a month, 2 months, and nothing will happen to it. Are you noticing another hand? My sister just had to join me to strain this milk drink properly because it's usually very difficult at this stage. So if you have someone that is helping you, please let the person help you so that you guys can do it very faster. Do you know that aside this drink being very nutritional, it is also very potent to help to boost your libido and make you enjoy some private moments with your partner? Are you aware that this is a very good aphrodisiac drink that will help you to enjoy the do? What you just have to do is to drink this like 1 hour before the exercise begins, and trust me, you're going to come back for amazing testimonies. And it works greatly for men and women. And this is the chaff that I got. I usually throw it away because I don't know what to use it for. So if you have anything I can use this for, please drop on the comment section and tell me. So the last thing I have to do is to blend my bananas. Did you notice that I did not add my banana when I was trying to blend the tiger nut, the date, and the coconut. Yes, this is the time for it. I'm going to blend this into porridge, then transfer into the milk and strain it the last time. I just added the banana puree into this, but unfortunately I noticed that I lost the clip on where I was straining it for the last time. I'm so sorry about that. So just strain for the last time. And right now I checked the consistency and it was so thick, so I had to add some more water into it. Let me just chip in that cheese clothing is the best material for straining this for the last time. Yes, in as much as you might use your colander, you might use any other shifter to strain this for the first, second, third time, please make sure that you use the cheese clothing for your last straining. That will make you not to have some particles of the date, the coconut, the tiger nut in your milk drink. And cheese clothing can be gotten from the market. It is very cheap. I think I got mine for about 600 naira. And voila, our milk drink is ready, guys. I won't be adding any form of preservative into mine as this is not for commercial use. I'm just going to store into a chest freezer and this is going to last for 2 weeks and more. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next one. Bye.